For the first time ever in KPMM, we have a third place match. And it looks grim, guys. Like right now, Dumu, he's 2-0 down. But, it's the Demon Civ for paddling in a pool. Welcome back to the channel for what might be Dumu's final game in the first week Midweek Muster in the third place match. He's picked Knights Templar on Canal. This is meant to be a jackpot. Fish is involved in the equation, which means Knights Templar are happy. Anno, however, presumably assuming that this was going to come, has prepped the Shushi. Shushi. An interesting pick on Canal. Not one that I would have naturally thought of here, actually. I think there's a lot of other maps, like, Shushi would normally have applied to. In this week, though, I'd say Shushi with our map pool is a little bit weaker. It's not that it's a bad pick, but it doesn't have any map that screams you must use it here. But this is interesting. I know, he's going to go for an aggro dock. Yeah. And then, oh, we're getting a rush on the age up. So guys, last time we stored this matchup regularly in KPMM, it was in Season 1 when we had Kawasan in rotation. Kawasan was one of the most popular maps for these two civs, because both of them used the ponds really well. And then Shushi's Edge actually was a meditation garden in the center of the map that generated about 120 resources per minute at 4 minutes in, which is nuts. But you don't have that option here. So instead of going for a fast feudal, Anno is simply going to prep his dock and age up. He must be aging up. I kind of like this, though. You might be wondering, why not just wait to pull the villager so you don't get exposed or revealed? The problem with that is, like, you're going to have to pull the villager at one point or the other anyway. Is it not better to pull the villager now, just get him in position, get the dock in position as best it can? And then it also means you're gathering a good food gathering rate now. Whereas if you delay, like, sure, that this villager would have been gathering food back at home, but at a worse rate. I guess with sheep, it's more comparative, though. Because 20% on the 0.75 puts a 0.9. But this shoreline's still better for this one villager. But yeah, the logic here is that because he goes earlier in the game to do this, he won't have to leave sooner. Does that make sense? Right? Like, if he waits until both of them are going feudal age, this villager's going to come out, build the dock, and have to leave within 10 seconds. But this way, he gets to stay here and eat for like 2 minutes or so. And maybe build more if necessary. Meditation Garden is on the way, though. And this one is not too bad. Yeah, he gets these 36 food, 25 stone, 25 gold. Like, actually, a pretty decent one for a map like Canal. Canal's not very good for Meditation Garden placements, usually. Alright, what do you think, guys? Are we going to be getting Hospitalaire, French, or dare I say Antioch? Don't say Antioch. I mean, Hospitalaire feels really good on this map, I think. Especially the flexi on where your Secret Sight can go. French into Shushi. I've always felt a little bit like two-sided about that. The Chevalier are definitely valuable, but there's some argument that the Chuganu do better against them than they should. And there we go. It's going to be Hospitalaire. The only problem with Hospitalaire is you cannot use the men-at-arms very well. Because Hospitalaire have low ranged armor. That's their trade-off. They have, I believe it's 3 melee armor, 2 ranged armor. Which means Chuganu can snipe them very well. And also, it makes healing very hard on top of that due to the fact you are up against repeated crossbows, right? So, like, when it's melee on melee, I think Hospitalaire has an interesting kind of usage because you can just pull away injured parties. Less feasible when you're against a civ that can have range units. And even more still when you consider we've got archer ships coming out now. So Anno gets that clean timing. It's going to be harassing upriver. Dumu wasn't too greedy about this, though. Only went for the double fishing boat. And it looks like it is giving the Naval arrow slits defense from Dumu. So it's gathering the stone necessary to get this emplacement. I mean, I'm hoping it's for the emplacement and not 2TC. Is this 2TC? What? So when Knights Templar were first introduced, 2TC was a very popular concept, but it fell off fast, especially when there's fish involved. Like, people just prioritize that instead. But no, we're actually... Okay, there we go. We've got Naval Aristocrats, but he's still gathering stone is the weird part. I'm starting to think this is going to be a snuck second TC on the mainland. I feel like Dumu is just having fun at this point. I mean, in fairness, guys, there is more money on the line, right? Third place gets more money for the week than fourth. Now, it's not going to be like buy you a house and change your life levels, but still. Demo ship is going to be there. We'll be scared away due to the arrow slits. Love this from Anatan, the repair crew. Man, shout out to Viper, by the way. That guy deserves special mention. Whenever I see people pulling villages to repair like this, he was thinking about that concept earlier than most players. I still remember talking to him about Red Bull Warlord Legacy, the first Age of Empires 4 event, where Baltic got introduced. You know, the map that had a big pond in the center. And he theory crafted the idea of running villages along the side and using them to repair instead of sending your boats all the way home. Viper was thinking about that miles before anyone else was trying it. Demo is going to be a whiff from Anatan. Good defense by Demo. Now, this has been sieged down. Double Spring will get it low enough. Demo's not going to try for a demo ship. Instead, he's going to try for that TC. He's so late on his timing, though, right? Like, he's overgathered on the stone now. I guess you could pull these villages north and sneak a TC here. And then just keep gathering the wood in the meantime. And in fairness, it's not like Anatan has fishing yet, right? He's got one fishing boat, but it's just repairing. Okay, considering how grim this looks, that was a decent trade out. Dimmu does get a kill there. If he wants to make a play for that TC, it needs to be... Oh, God, wait. Did he go for another... Am I blind? Wait, what? How did he get here? Dimmu! I was not expecting this. Unbelievable. Dimmu snaked it to the enemy side and built on their fishing. The stone is weird, man. Like, he's got arrow slits in both. I think maybe he was considering 2TC, but he was one stone short and then was whoopsied away from it. At that stage, like, oh, I can't go back now that double spring was there. Either that or we're going to get another dot drop here to mirror. But this is just weird, man. This is so weird. Is someone betting Dimmu stuff when he was playing this live to do weird things? I'm just trying to figure out why. Is this the weirdest series of the week? I think it might be. Anno now going into the Horseman. Not a bad way of trying to clear the docks. I mean, you could actually just go double ram, which would be a lot cleaner. And Anno has got a little bit of fishing, not much. He's got 2, which is being beat already. Dimmu's at 3. I just got like the biggest smile on my face. This is such a weird and wonderful game. No naval arrow slits either, by the way. Anatan has just got the stone for that. That's one of the nice things about dropping a Medi garden next to a stone outcropping. You generate stone for either eventual 2TC or emplacements. An emplacement would be really good here. Just to kind of give Anatan this anchor point. Hasn't opted for it so far. Horseman will find the worker out and about, though. So well played there. Double archer ship's going to be hard to dive with this demo. And yeah, exactly that. Fishing boats are going to get back to working. Archer ship tries to dive in. That's ambitious. Are we about to get another crazy Canal game? Because in week 1, we had the best Canal game of 2025. That would be a tall order to beat that showdown between WAM and B. But maybe. Just maybe this has got some flavor for it. Good strike back there, Anasand. Able to deny one that springles from Dimmu. Dimmu now with a double demo pump. Noticing that Anatan only has a single archer ship. Quite smart there. Naval arrow slits coming in from Anatan, but it is going to be defensively on his side of the map. So he still hasn't upgraded this one. Yeah, the reason now you can see it from Anatan is because he needs all the military boats coming possible here. He can't really afford to have a delay so you can get arrow slits. Racks now. So Dimmu is going to be racked into Horseman, but Anatan's starting to stockpile a little. I think given the opportunity, he'd happily take the castle play Just because Lancer play is very strong for Shushi here. Oh god, no, Dimmu, not like this. This is too many boats. The problem here, guys, is like reaching with your demo ships is very difficult if you're moving the whole army. You kind of have to pull them back so that your boats can get through. And that connection, not going to be the one he's looking for. Actually, does get the fishing boats and the denial of the dock. Okay, I'll eat my words. Dimmu gets the cleanup. Well played. It didn't look like it was going to be quite good enough. But no hesitation just to commit the triple demo play. Gets the dock wipe. Horseman arguably raiding into his base in the meantime. Anatan has now lost his stranglehold on the river. He's out of position. Definitely not outplayed here. No. Dimmu, maybe a little bit too distracted elsewhere. Hanging around with the boats. Is going to offer up a decent trade for Anatan. Still, he knows he needs to get out now because one big problem for Anno. Archer ships. He has an archer ship, but it's really far upfield. So you can't afford to stay here just in case demos come out from Dimmu. And this game just keeps getting weirder and weirder. You guys see that, right? We've got Pro Scouts. Anatan just went Pro Scouts on Canal. An interesting play. This map doesn't have that much deer, right? Like, it has 14 deer. What? I'm trying to think if I've seen anyone do Pro Scouts on Canal. I don't think I have. This is a first. Springalds are at least going to be able to trade out a bit here. But Dimmu will get the wipe in the end. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to process this. Because, you know, you can't even just blame Dimmu for the weirdness. This is Anatan as well. Reminder, guys, a normal spawn map will have 28 deer on it. So Pro Scouts is very advantageous. Now, in fairness to Anatan here, it's very unlikely that Dimmu is going to go... Can you guys... You guys just want to... You need a moment? Okay, you figured it out? Yep, you know how moving... Okay. Yeah, that wasn't let's shoot them to death. That's let's stare at them to death. So, the interesting thing here, though, is although there's only 14 deer for him to grab, he should get all of them. It seems very unlikely that Dimmu would play out to the deer this quick, especially now that he has fishing. Archer ships must be the most bugged unit. Yeah, no, I'm trying to think if there is a more ridiculous one, but like between the behavior and how they shoot at ships, and how easy they are to dodge, when they just pause, like there's a lot of clunkiness. 9 Scouts is a little bit wild. I thought Anatan could have done this with like 5 or 6, but I think it's because he's actually just simply out of food. We have got a battering ram coming in. Dimmu already with a spear defense though. Really smart from Ben. You don't need more than Spimmin here. Your opponent has got Palace Guard, which will beat you normally. The problem is these Palace Guard don't really want to fight against Springle chips. And Mount Lu just makes a lot of sense. Anatan, if he's lacking food, this will make it go a little bit further. Now, there is something to be mindful of here, is that Shushi Chinese cannot early farm transition. They need to secure the mainland first. So while he's done a good job of delaying that problem, inevitably, we will reach that point where Anatan has to vacate the starting island. For now, Pro Scouts will keep him safe there. Dimmu, now with a wall up. Yeah, he's worried about those horsemen that were coming before, and even more so now because Anatan had Palace Guard out in the field. And Lancer spam is feasible for Shushi in a lot of situations. True, Tower of the Sultan's pretty clunky. Wait, is Siege Tower very buggy? I don't know, because we never get to see them. They never get built. Demo? I mean... kind of worth? You reduced them down to 60 HP. That was pretty decent for Dimmu. Might want to consider a pull for a repair here. He's almost gathered the gold necessary for an age up. Nesta B's being dove onto in the meantime as the spearmen look for a kill that they really should never be getting here. The dock, however, has been removed in the meantime. That wall, though. Dimu isn't repairing it. No, so he's going to let it break. But Anatan doesn't seem to want to dive in anymore. No. He'll send 2 in, but at 60 HP, they shouldn't really be that scary. Unless Dimu doesn't react at all. Spearmen are going to turn onto it now. Shivs could come out. Instead, it's going to be a rewall. Dimu freaked out by the apparent reinforcements that aren't coming in. And it's going to be Republic of Janur. Now, we don't have any pilgrimages at all from Dimu. But the Genoese crossbows are going to be nice against the Pascal player. Canal, man. So we removed Canal from Midweek Muster number 2 because it just seemed very stompy for like the less accomplished players. But truly, like when you have some of the best in the game, it delivers the wildest experiences. Nesta Bees. I mean, if they can get their spread right, this is going to be a good trade. Nice. Does get the snipe there. Remember, these aren't clock tower either. They don't have more HP. Like the pull away from Anatan. He can turn around after the reload now. Looks like the Nesta Bees are also breaking a little. The docks, they are getting the armored hulls upgrade here. So Dimu wants to continue the commitment onto the water side. Who's winning? I think Anatan has the potential to rush relics here in a way that Dimu currently can't. In fact, we're already seeing that as Anatan does have the first relic coming home. And then he's got access to all the others, really. Final Deer also being picked up. Nesta Bee shots. It's going to scare him away. And the Nesta Bees can just finish off the docks. There'll be another one going down. And we have the first fortress coming in from Dimu. And this is what we talked about as like a cool idea of Knights Templars. This map, very unique. It has got 4 sacred sites. So a lot of versatility on where you can send your pilgrims. Pilgrims that he still has not unlocked yet. That's now coming, though. I know. Looking to get back on water at a key point. Yeah, there's still actually a few thousand food left on his side. So this is a great time to do so. Looks like one of the docks are originally blocked out too here, which is even better. Remember, nowadays, when docks block food, if you destroy them, the food is still there. So yeah, just able to get access to this again. And if I remember correctly, if you don't have the Pilgrim tech and you build a fortress, you don't get them. So I'm pretty sure level 1 says specifically that it unlocks pilgrimage. Speaking of that pilgrimage, it's going to get scouted. So Anatan now knows where he's sending them. He could steer just 1 or 2 units up there to deny. Dimu barely has a land army. It's a lot of boats, though. The problem is, guys, normally Siege can kind of suck against boats, believe it or not. Because you'd think with all this bonus against ships, they'd win against ships. Normally, actually, what happens is the ships chase you down too quickly and you die. But Canal's very different. In Canal, you can't really pull out to the sea, get them to come to the coast, and then chase them in. Here, they can just skirt the edge and stay out of range. And on top of that, because Dimu's clustering the fleet, the Springle choice is really good by that time. Springles will penetrate, they can hit all these, and they'll hit them all for that bonus 65 damage. You heard me correctly there. Like 6 or 7 Springles can wipe this fleet like that. Nesta Bee Springle shots. He's going to try and trade with it. Dimu. It's a bit ambitious, though. Tries to snipe out the Springles, but the Nesta Bee spread damage doing just as much work here. That was not a favorable exchange for purple. No, definitely not. Even without the fishing boat kills. Anatan was already ahead on that trade. Springles are really cheap compared to these boats. Nesta Bees, they're not done yet. They're going to continue firing in. He's close to reaching the fishing. Fishing, it does have somewhere to retreat to. Might want to do so fast. Demo connection comes out! And Dimu gets a big hit! Crossbows go down! Oh my god. Dimu, what a swing there. Nesta bees, though, they are trading out well against these fishing boats. The dock is almost dead. Will be a dodge and a wasted detonation. Dimu's first demo, probably the best one he was ever going to get. Nesta bees, just cheeky micro. Anatan just pulling away the injured party, slowly winning the war. As the attrition adds up here. Dimu with just 6 fishing boats left. 1 dock down. Thank goodness for that crossbow hit. Taking 8 or 9 out of that army. If it wasn't for that, I imagine Anatan would just continue to dive upriver. He will do so, but a bit more tempered in his approach. Pilgrim spam is on the way, but there's a Lancer waiting to receive all. Unfortunate for Dimu. Even with the extra health. Mate, no. Guys, when you hit them, they run faster. That was possibly the worst way that could have began for Anatan, clubbing each of them once to speed them up. We'll deny 2, though. Dimu still gets a little bit of gold, nowhere near as much as he was hoping for. We do have the monasteries on the front side. Now, this is very greedy by Dimu. Yeah, because he's planning to go for Treasure Towers. Treasure Towers gives 20% more gold from the Sacred Site, from the pilgrimages, and also from the relics in range of the fortress. A little bit shocked he didn't just build it at home, though, where he also built a fortress. Nesta Bee still a nuisance. And another. Was another. Yeah, no, one of the fortress is coming down, so it's not going to be 5 pilgrims for long. I like the idea by Dimu, though. Just trying to deny the wood opportunities for Anatan. It's not going to work, though. Oh, my goodness. There's not really much room left for Dimu to safely fish here. That's the bees. We'll just keep on shooting. If Dimu just target fires, there we go. The village is being hit now. Should end up costing him 2 boats for it, though. Oof, barely gets away with that one. They are going to keep on chasing. Villages are close by as well. Now, with the wheelbarrow and textiles, very hard for Nesta Bees to kill them. But I don't think Dimu really wants to commit to a charge in there. It would cost him way too much. And the key drop. Oh, wow. Speaking of things that could cost you a lot here. No, not again. And oh, wait, did he lose the Lancer? No, the Lancer went chasing. Are you kidding me right now? So, water is being won by Anatan, but Dimu's making it a gold game now. Nesta Bee's also starting to get target fired down. Well played there to actually get the snipes. Not easily done, by the way. Like, somehow Anatan went from, what was it, 4 Nesta Bees down to 2, and they're barely existing at this stage, so great standing your ground there. Means that Dimu will have some fish to fall back to. Limited as it might be. But the ball's now being played onto. And I imagine we've got one more fortress coming on the gold here soon. Yeah, he's even creeping back towards this 24 stone outcropping. I've got to give it to him, man. Like, Dimu's starting to make me believe. In the weirdest of ways, Ben is making this work. Still Anatan with the trebuchets. I mean, he's answering keep to keep. So it's keeping the count down, which of course slows Dimu's escalation economically. We talked about Anatan needing to find some way to make a farm transition. That has now happened. Down in the open. Yeah, he's just walked out straight next to the 8k gold. And he's setting up the farms now. Man, I love this map. Seriously, we don't get to see enough of this map. It is pure entertainment. Dimu. The other problem here is, like, the way he's playing this, losing this many castles, he needs to play defensive around the north side of the map. This is the only choice. Clash now coming in with the Templar brothers. Spearman not going to be able to just hold here. And thank you, Freya. Appreciate you bringing me my phone. The Trebs are going to get sniped. Okay, so that's big for Dimmu. It does cost him a lot of the brothers, though. Yes, Freya? Yeah, we're going on holiday. Not now. No, go play. A little goofball. Just keeps going on about holiday. We're a month away from that. Okay, so he does get most of the trebs, so it costs him all the knights. What, Freya? No, Mummy isn't working. Mummy's work is full-time parent. Go give her a full-time job. Oh my god. She won't leave me alone. Fortress being built up. Nest of bees? It's only one. No, this keeps gonna go up. But Anatan's doing a good job pushing through here, by the way. Like, that night loss for Dimmu may have been too expensive. He's down to just one. He's got a Genoese crossbowman switch coming in. But Anatan has got crossbows to answer that, plus Nest of Bees. They're not great for Dimmu. They're not great for Anatan just giving him a freebie like that. We'll get something in return, but the Pilgrims continue. And yes, I spell Freya the correct way. F-R-E-Y-J-A. As it is meant to be spelled. None of this F-R-E-Y-A stuff. So things have calmed down for a moment, but who's benefiting more now? Dimmu, he's lost a lot. Anatan also still has a decent amount of fishing left. He's also been denying this fishing area. And then there's the farms. Like, there's no denying that Anatan, like, in terms of the ability to blob right now, is better off. Dimmu's trying to play a gold mass game, which is great once you're an Imperial, because you can get things like, for example, the Condottiero that only cost gold. But we're not there yet. Crossbow's also just getting some good trade outs here. With the Nest of Bees assistance, they will deny the Hulks. Fishing has to move away. Dimmu now needs to figure out how the hell he's going to get into farms. Yeah, because the food's not going to last much longer. And there's only so much food buying you can do here before it becomes incredibly inefficient. Wait, is another one? Oh my god, he actually gets it up with 2 workers. That's ridiculous. It also feels ridiculously wasteful. Dimmu, this castle, like, what is it meant to do? I don't know. I think at this point, Dimmu's just happy to be along for the ride. You know? Like... Oh, God. He needs to stop making me laugh. I've still got a really bad cough. How many of these type of castles are we going to get from Dimmu? I guess it does draw attention away from his main castles and the pilgrimage. But still, this is ridiculous. And really expensive. But hey guys, you know how it is with Knights Templar. Each of those castles is also a landmark, so they can't kill you if they can't kill all your castles. And props to him, Dimmu still does have 4. Anatan has 4 in age. Shushi Library now on the way. Oh, and it's a full Chug switch. What? Dimmu actually has a good answer to this, though, with the Templar brothers. I just don't think he can afford it long term. We talked about the food, and we still don't have a single farm coming through. No. I mean, I'm shocked he hasn't had to resort to them yet. At this point, his only food income is the boar. So, Shushi Library. And we have got the big boys on the way. Yeah, it's the first of the Baochuans. Yeah, a little bit surprised, actually, he went Shushi Library if he just wanted straight up Baochuan. Because if you go for the Temple of Sun, you can get the +1 range. Which just makes your Baochuans even more broken. But in fairness, like, it shouldn't matter. The extra range shouldn't be crucial. What is going on over here? The weird relic exchanges. Anatan. No, he's going to take the 5th. Doesn't even need to plead it. And the Baochuan has now arrived, so army can't dive in anymore. I know we'll need to get another monk out here to grab the goodies. How over does this feel for Dimu? Because we've had a more ridiculous game. The Chinese one, where he just hung in there for quite a while, felt super over for a long time. But this one, he's got like a healthy army compared to it. But with the berries now tapping out, yeah, we have got the farm transition coming in. So this should be the most vulnerable point of Dimu's game. Balchons will just trade out nicely here. Meanwhile, inland, Dimu is the one with siege advantage. So Anatan needs to think twice about a dive there. Especially now that his man goes to counter out the crossbow ball. Yeah, also, Anatan is kind of running headfirst into counterplay here. You're running crossbow spearmen into springled mangoes. Like, you're actually giving Dimu the perfect situation. On top of that, Anatan's income isn't really that good anymore. No, he bursted a lot higher before. Instead, he's going to get burst down. Great hit there by the mangoes. Dimu able to stand firm here. And I think the problem why Anatan's food income hasn't been going up, he hasn't really been escalating the farm transition further. No, these are the farms he built at the start. He hasn't gone beyond 23. Which might become a problem soon, as the shoreline fish is running a little bit thin on his side. So he even needs to secure this area reliably. Or, well, okay, let's... Oh, my dick. Yeah, he secured this area. What? What? Why do these need Nesta bees? In what world, what reasonable world do these ever need Nesta bees? I'm sorry, but just no. And to make matters worse, guys, if he just sits here, like actually he doesn't need to go near the fortress. If he just waits here, the pilgrims can't get through. Because the Nesta bees will shoot out to like here. And the villagers, like the pilgrims rather, will run this way. This is ridiculous. He might just dive upriver now because the fortress isn't garrisoned. If it isn't garrisoned, it's not going to kill that quickly. Yeah, he's like, bye. Don't mind me. Just coming on by. Loses one of the Baochuans. The other one gets through. Congrats, that's no pilgrims now. And Dimu has no intent of coming home. No, his army is marching forward into more Baochuans. Crossbows trading out against the springs. The Baochuan being ignored right now. I mean, if they just jump on it, it does die. He takes a mango with him, but he will be going down. Yeah, I don't think that was worth it for Anatan in the end. But if he wins this fight, it won't matter. No front line. The Baochuan isn't enjoying fighting either. It stopped, and it is going to be a massacre. Anatan gets bodied on the approach. Dimu still looking competitive in this game. It's the deceptive nature of economy. We have to remember that Dimu is getting a substantial boost to his eco via the pilgrims. 130 each. Actually, more than that. Wait, he doesn't have treasure towers? Okay, not more than that. Guys, treasure towers will give him 169 instead of 130. That's pretty rough. I can't believe he doesn't have that. That's ridiculous. Like, if you think about the way he was building earlier, Dimu, he set up a monastery on a fortress, right? He captured sacred sites with fortresses on them. He intentionally designed his base layout around treasure towers and then completely forgot to get it. Doesn't have boiling oil too. I think boiling oil is more forgivable than treasure towers because, like, you aren't expected to get dove that much. Like, actually, like, boiling oil isn't as important because you died to trebuchets mostly. But treasure towers is crazy. What a game. What a weird and wonderful game. We still don't have a single tech out of Sushi Library, by the way. This is a classic example of a why did you build it type game. Like, it's obvious what Anatan wanted to do around 10,000 volts because he was prepping Chugin as he was aging up. But this is the dangerous tale of Age of Empires 4. There's what you envision you're going to be able to do, and there's what you can do. And, like, there is an argument that he would have been better served having Temple of the Sun and then scale towards this later. Another one of the castles goes down. It's crazy that Anatan is still trying to ego chow mass siege with crossbow spears. How is this the answer? Spearmen are just going to dive in all willy-nilly. I mean, he has got bombards now, right? So bombards will be the answer that we've been waiting for. Because otherwise it would have had to have been horsemen. Horsemen, by the way, would have been great here. I'm a little bit shocked he didn't try for it. And as soon as I say that, it is on the way. Yeah, I think he was waiting for the next farm cluster before doing it. So now that he's got double farm cluster, almost 2k food income, he's confident. And also another cool thing here, guys, he used the Mountain Academy. He got the tech to get the extra 2 taxmen, which means he can actually afford to, if necessary, supervise, which he's doing here. That's giving him a lot more food income. That's why he's able to afford this. Nest of bees, ridiculous. I can't with this thing. Yeah, Boucher unable to deny. Mango hits are going to come in. Maybe we leave. Yeah, we'll start to steer away. Anno still trying to snipe siege with the Baochuan. Somewhat working, actually. The horsemen have now been revealed and they are elited up. Bombard's moving in. And Dimu, can he really afford to back away here? I mean, it's more a case of can he afford to stay? His army's not that big. He's been winning because of this trickle in of troopers that siege counters. But now with horsemen plus bombard, Anatan has both the answers necessary to run this down. Mango's getting hit first for good reason. If the Mangoes die, the crossbows can snipe the Springolds. Yeah, and he just got 10,000 bolts in, didn't he? So he's got the double strike. Heavy hit for that trade, but I think he knows at this stage, Duma just doesn't have the economy to match this, right? If he did, he would have went Imperial by now. Instead, Dimu has been stuck castle this entire time. And it looks like he's going to be stuck at 0 wins. Anatan on point to become your 3rd place in KPMM Season 2, Week 1. And with this break of the Siege Ball, there can be no doubt anymore. Yeah, up to this point, like, props to Dimu for at least trying to hold on. I mean, he was giving us some good fights off the back of the Siege War. But at this stage, it's just turning into a raw eco game. Like, Anatan has been scaling nicely this entire time. Dimu is not. It's just been getting worse and worse. We've even got a situation where the fishing can be accessed by Anatan if he needed that extra inflate. Not that he really looks like he needs it. And 10,000 bolts, man. You just see how good it is at trading out against these Springolds. A castle drop in his base. Oh my god. Well, the trebuchets are dealing with this from the north side. But there's a bombard out to deal with the castle here from Knights Templar. So all of a sudden, he's going to start losing this pilgrim inflation. He's also just not going to be able to protect the width of the map anymore. Villagers are not going to be able to do anything either. There's simply nothing left of him. Well, we had the best game of Canal this week. I think we may have just had the weirdest game.